What's happening, you beautiful people? Your boy, the Vuslap, is in the building. It is the Vuvuzela Victory Channel. And you know what, guys? I messed up. I messed up. Yeah. You'll see what I'm talking about. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters. Let's get in the game. So the reason I say that I messed up, this is the form we've had in February, March, and April. We've had 2 wins. 2 wins. Well, 3 wins, actually. We add in May. Yeah. Since we got knocked out by Lille and lost to Bayern Munich, we drew with Hanover 1-1. We drew with Leverkusen 0-0. We lost to Dortmund 1-0. We lost to Hoffenheim 2-0. We beat Mönchengladbach 2-1. We beat Werder Bremen 2-1. We then drew with Darmstadt 98. We then drew with Arminia Bielefeld 1-1. We drew with Stuttgart 2-2. And then in our most recent game, we beat St. Pauli 2-1. We've got 1 game left of the season. We're taking on FC Cologne. We are currently in 6th place after that horrendous run at the end of the season. It puts us 1 point behind Borussia Dortmund in 5th place. Puts us 2 points behind Werder Bremen in 4th place. And it puts us 3 points and 9 goals behind Stuttgart in 3rd place. So technically, we could still finish in 3rd place. And I say technically, I think 4th is probably more likely. All we got to hope is that Borussia Dortmund beat Schalke. Lose to Schalke, who are sitting in 11th place. And then the big game, Werder Bremen take on Stuttgart, which we are hoping Stuttgart can beat Werder Bremen. And if we beat Cologne and Dortmund lose, we go 4th and we get into the qualifying round of the playoff rounds of the Champions League, which is, still Champions League. Alternatively, if Bremen lose and Dortmund win, or Dortmund win and Bremen lose, we go 5th. And that's obviously if we win. If we draw and either Bremen or not Bremen. If we draw and Dortmund lose, then we do go into 5th anyway, and then it doesn't matter. We can't catch Bremen. We need to win. That's the end of the story. We need to win. Okay, we can't drop out of 6th place. We've got a much superior goal difference to Leverkusen. We've got 11 goal swing if that's for to happen, and I'm not even thinking of that. So we need to win this. So what I thought today, what we're going to do is play the game and then show you things that have happened and how we're going to build for the next episode. Interestingly, though, I did get 2 job opportunities, job interviews, and of course, under the rules of the Vuvuzela Victory Challenge, we have to do the interviews. They're not listed here anymore, but the first one was in Spain, in La Liga, and it was Real Betis, who are currently sitting in 7th place, 2 points away from their Europa Conference. This one I was considering a lot. They just got taken over by a new board. Not a tycoon, but a lot of money. I was considering quite heavily to take it until I saw that they got knocked out of the Europa Conference League by Braga. And that's when I made my decision. I wasn't going to take this one. It's going to be too much of an uphill task to try and get European football back for Real Betis. Like I said, they had a lot of money. And then the other issue that I had with them is their ages. Their top players are 34. The youngest players in the squad are 4 guys under the age of 21, which is ridiculous. The youngest actual first-team player is Daniel David, who is a damn good striker, by the way, valued at £105 million. 25 years old. He's wanted by Chelsea. I would love to have this guy in my team. I just don't have 105 million, and I don't have 145,000 to spend on him. So like I said, they've got a lot of money, so they were one option. The other option that I did also attended the interview. However, they didn't give me the job. I probably would have rejected it if they gave me the job. And I see they're not here either. Let's just switch over to the Italy. I saw in Italy there. And Serie A. We can just click on Serie A straight away because they are in Serie A. It is in AC Milan, who are currently in 7th place with 2 games left to play. They can't go higher than 7th place. And that was one of the reasons why I probably wouldn't have taken it. But they also have a lot more money than what we have. And the other issue is, for them, there's a lot of rules in the Serie A that make it a little bit difficult to try and keep some of these players and keep players that I really want to get. You know, there was guys like Murcia that I really, really liked, and I was trying to maybe keep him in there. But, yeah, the rules there, and then they have a lot of retirees. I mean, that's always just going to happen with AI teams, isn't it? And then they did sign a guy already who I looked at, and I was like, is this the type of player we're signing? I mean, it didn't make sense to me. I don't think he's that good of a player. I think Paez is probably better than him. I think Arndt is probably better than him. So, yeah, I wasn't sure what they were doing there, so I decided against that one. And then, interestingly, while I was looking at careers and all that stuff, 2 of my former teams in Vuvuzela history, Birmingham is available. That was, and Thun, both from the same Vuvuzela victory. So look at that. Thun currently sitting 8th in the Swiss League, which is nice to see. Birmingham sitting 14th in the Championship. We actually won the Premier League with Birmingham back in the day, before we moved on to Liverpool, where we won the Champions League. So that was happening then and there. Right. Let's get to the match. We're taking on Cologne. This is the team that is no, it's not the team that's starting because Akiba is injured. Kikidakis will come in there. Kikidakis will come in there. Kikidakis will come in there. And we'll bring Alate on the bench. He's the 3rd choice left back. Now Kikidakis is not in it. What is going on? Okay. Kikidakis is in the team. Alate is in the team. Aleu is also injured. So this is our starting Silva in goal. Caesar, Bars, DeVale, Kikidakis, Carleo, O'Shaughnessy, who's back from his injury eventually. Vander, Paez, Spencer McDermott, and Horatio. That's everybody in the team. Let's go take on FC Cologne. Right, we are underway, 2 minutes into the game. And Cologne are already starting to stamp a little bit of authority, but we've won the ball back nicely in the midfield. Vader, who's had a very good sort of end to the season. He's probably been one of the shining guys. O'Shaughnessy's also been very, very good. Paez with the little curler. And that's his 3rd goal of the season. He has been basically injured for most of the season. And I think that's his 1st goal in like 12 games or something. He has been absolutely terrible this season, to be completely honest. And like I said, at the end of this game, we will talk about where the squad needs to improve, who is going to stay, who is going to go, and who from our youth setup is going to take that step up and become a 1st-team starter. Wolf now is a kickoff highlight happening straight away with Bettervek and Amalang. Lukic goes forward. Taylor has the ball for them. There is also, I will be talking a little bit about transfers and potential signings that I have sort of in mind of confirmed guys that I desperately want to spy, and I just don't know my transfer budget yet. Bars. Silva. Correo heads it up forward to Taylor, who wins it back and smartly plays it along the ground, but Demont read them well. Spencer McDemont. Kikidakis running it forward, and he's looking for options. It's got Paez on the back post. He brings it back in for Horatio. Paez with another little curler. He figured, you know what, I scored earlier like that. Let me try it again. A minute earlier, he's like, I scored a goal like that. Let me try it. Not so much on that occasion. O'Shaughnessy, by the way, picked up his 3rd assist now in as many games. That's how long he's only been back for. Since he's been back, he has been on very, very good form, by the way. So there's that going for us. What I will do is I'll just show you the latest results. as it stands, Dortmund and Werder Bremen are both drawing, which means we are currently in 4th place. Obviously, it's got to stay like this for us to stay like that, and I don't think, well, I can hope the Dortmund game can stay like that. I think the Werder Bremen game is maybe a little bit more guaranteed. Well, that being said, Yakar picks up a goal for Cologne, and it was a very similar goal. How we've been conceding goals. I don't know. I don't understand. We've got 2 meaty guys in the box, and not one of them can pick up a runner. I mean, it's really just frustrating that our defense has just been so shocking towards the end of the season. Silva was obviously the best goalkeeper last season with the most clean sheets in the Bundesliga. This season, he has just absolutely fallen apart. And it's not to say that our defense has changed much, because it's been pretty much the same defense. But Horatio now, if he's onside, that is a brilliant finish. That'll be his 18th goal of the season. I think it's offside though. Yeah, I thought it was. He looked a little offside. The way the camera panned so quickly, and he looked like he was about a yard or 2 offside. Yeah. I mean, the ball's in the air when that started, so we don't actually know where it was when he kicked it, but I thought he was offside. Horatio has been an absolutely gem as the striker. I think his biggest problem this season has been the 2 wide players not giving the support that he kind of needs, with Paez and Spencer McDermott. I mean, between the 2 of them, only have like 10 assists, which isn't great. Yakar, Bentel, Bars smashes into Caesar, who's also had a bit of a subpar season this season. Him and Brenner have been really fighting it hard for that right-back position. I think it does have a lot to play with the fact that we've changed to a right-back and not rather wing-backs. But there is a world where I maybe just play as wing-backs with 2 at the back. We will talk about that, though. Barreo moves it forward. He's been a positive signing as well. This time, not on this occasion, though. His pass was not found the intended target. McDermott trying to bring his way through. Gets easily dispossessed. Amlung just launches it anyway, and Gilsher is the only man to respond to that. And now he's trying to launch forward, and I don't understand what Kikizakis was trying to do there. But Turek takes the chance. That almost put Cologne into the lead, and really dashing our hopes of any form of more European football than just as it stands. Werder Bremen is beating Stuttgart, by the way. Dortmund is winning as well. I mean, at the end of the day, this could all be for nothing, right? Schalke is actually winning now. Sorry, Dortmund. They went up ahead of us. I think that goal was disallowed. Now they just went down a goal, and it means we are same points as Dortmund. 2 points behind Stuttgart, but a much, much better goal difference than Stuttgart have. So as it stands, we're sitting in Europa League. We've got to do better. We want to win here. Horatio with the corner. We've been almost about on the hour mark. Nothing has happened in the second half. Cesar goes to Paez. Back to Cesar. And, I mean, his shot in the end was just absolutely poor, wasn't it? All right. I've had a bit of a think about this. I've had a look at the latest scores as well. Dortmund have equalized. Stuttgart did equalize, and then Werder Bremen went up ahead again. We need a goal, so I am going to switch my wing-backs to play a little bit more advanced, like so, because we need a goal. Spencer McDermott has been absolutely horrible. Inagay is going to come in there. Also, if Vader hasn't played well today, so we are going to bring on Kel to come in there. And then the other swap I'm going to do is Cesar is not playing great. We're going to bring in Brenner to play as that wing back, who has developed extremely well, I think, Brenner. And like I said, we need that goal now, because Dortmund, even if they draw and we win, we go ahead of them. So a draw is not good enough for us at this point. We need that second goal. I'm going to encourage the players a little bit, trying to do something, trying to motivate these boys, going a little bit more attacking. Brenner with the throw. Paez Back to Brenner. Caio. Paez cuts inside. It's fallen for Alexis Cal. That's what we love to see. Paez gets an assist. There's a VAR check. Don't you do this to me, VAR. Thank you, VAR. It's 2-1. Europa League is close at hand. Ideally now, if Stuttgart can pull off another draw, pull off a goal, we could find ourselves sitting in 4th place. Although Cologne are coming to try and ruin the party with a deep header, but Paez is now through on goal. No one back to defend. They committed too many bodies forward. Paez takes the chance. Stroll does the save. It's fallen to Horatio. He finally gets his goal. I don't understand what happened there because Paez, the keeper saved it, but it like shot off the crossbar. Take a look at this, what happened here. Paez with the shot. It hit the keeper. It went onto the crossbar. He then just dived for no reason. And Horatio was like, well, you're already on the ground. Let me take the opportunity. There we go. There we go. Come on, Werder Bremen now. I mean, come on, Stuttgart. We need them to score. Brenner moves forward for Paez. Back, try to find in Horatio there in the box, but he couldn't find him. And now Monet for them. Bringing forward Bente. I think maybe Monet should have just tried to take a run at the defense a little bit. We do have Bars playing, and he's not the fastest. And Bente almost picked up a nice little finish there. Come on, Stuttgart. Because as it stands, we will finish 5th. If Stuttgart can pull one back, oh, that'll be so good for us. Come on, Stuttgart. Do us a favor. There's 4 minutes left of our game. We're going to have to wait. I'd like to preferably be back in Champions League. I don't really want Europa. Though we'll take a Europa. Might be a little bit less pressure on the players. Wagner pulls in, takes the chance. Silva makes the save. He got a hand to it. I'm just keeping an eye on this corner. If anything has happened in the Stuttgart game, it'll let us know. It is going to finish 3-1 with us. Stuttgart finishes 2-1, which means we do finish 5th, which means we get Europa League football. Ah, man. That was a good win for us, though, guys. It was an absolute good win for us. Things you love to see. Well, you know what? We ended the season off on a little bit of a high. We had that was it, 13 or 12 games where we just didn't pick up a single point. And, I mean, we picked up a couple of points, but we didn't pick up any victories. And I think that game in particular did actually really hinder us quite a bit. We do get 29.7 million. Have they set the budgets for next season? I don't see anything about setting budgets for next season. That's still last season stuff. All right. We'll be back in a moment. I need to show you the squad, how we're going to look next season. Maybe we get the budgets by then. Give me a moment. Right, ladies and gents, I have sorted out the squad as it stands. This is sort of what I've got mapped out of areas that we need fixing. We need to find our results, or we need to get something sorted. A new centre-back. I think De Valle is very good, but I think we can improve on De Valle, especially on that left-hand side. I think the same kind of applies for Aleu. If we can find a decent sort of replacement for him. I just like the fact that he's got jumping reach of 20 and headering of 16, and he's 2 meters tall. 14 marking, 14 tackling. He's just a very, very good centre-back. But if we do find someone that can play there, I do have Foley, who is considered a decent enough backup in my mind to play that role. So if a big offer does come for Aleu, we might take that off them. Foley is someone I'll try and rather keep. In terms of the wing backs, you're going to have Cesar and Akiba being continuing there. They are still very good. They are still very young. Brenner and Kikidakis are probably still going to be the backup too for that one. In the midfield, I think we're looking probably the best at the moment. The starting lineup for that, Carrillo on the right, O'Shaughnessy as the DM, and Vader as the center mid. I think those three are very, very much set in stone. In terms of maybe a backup, we could find a backup centre mid to Carreo, with Gomez and Carl being the backups to O'Shaughnessy and Vada. With that also being said, we do have Kaiser, who I want to try and give game time to. So I'm going to try and loan him out. He is 19 years old, to play as a centre mid / a DM. I think he could be very good. The fact that he's also 197 is very, very appealing to me. Only issue is his marking and his tackling isn't great. So he's not really a defender. He's more of a DM in that sort of aspect. But if he can improve as a centre mid, I think Kaiser could definitely be the one replacing O'Shaughnessy. Probably not in the near future because they're only like 3 years apart. But someone like Carreo, who's maybe 23, or Vada, who's also 24. He's 21. I mean, it's a very young midfield. And then you look at the likes of Gomez, who's 26. You're thinking maybe he's not really, because Carl is 19 as well, and he's developed amazingly. Then we get to the up front, where it's a little bit of an issue. In terms of right wing, I have no one. You've got Paez there, but I think Paez definitely on the decline in terms of just his stats in general. He hasn't looked the best this season. I mean, you can see his stats, overall stats in the season hasn't been great. 2 goals in the Champions League in 6 games, 3 goals in the Bundesliga in 20 games, only 4 assists. Not a good return for us, in my opinion. And I think it is time that we're going to have to look for someone to play on that right-hand side. We do have Arndt as well, who's the official backup for him. Scored more goals than Paez, but still not anywhere near the amount that I want, especially when it comes to assists. Only 2 assists and 5 goals is not ideal for the right winger. So definitely on the right-hand side is something we're going to look at. Left-hand side, we're also going to need 2 new players. Spencer McDermott, very good player. And honestly, if I could, I would keep him. I think he's just going to get better. 6 goals, 2 assists, probably not the greatest in the Bundesliga. But like I said, I think... Oh, I clicked on the wrong button. I do think he is going to be fantastic. I mean, Champions League-wise, he did absolutely fantastic. It was 3 goals, 3 assists. Even in the Pokal, scored in every game that he played. So he is someone that is very, very good. Only issue is I don't know if I'm willing to pay the 20 million that it's going to cost. Well, now it's gone up to 39 to 56 million to buy him. I just don't think... I think there's better options. So what I will do is keep him on sort of a short list. And if there's better options, maybe go in for that. On the left-hand side, someone that my scouts rate extremely highly is Jan Innegay here. But I just don't see this vision that they're talking about. He's finishing off 13 makes, but you know, and only getting 2 goals the entire season. Yes, he didn't start many games, but he did have a lot of sub appearances. And every time he did play, he didn't really wow me in any sort of it. The natural fitness of 10 means that he's probably got maybe like 5 or 6 years playing at top level football. I just don't see him developing any better than this. And I just don't think he is that good. And I mean, with a valuation of 34 million, it is someone we could look into cash in on, especially in this sort of situation where we're in. And then, yeah, let's talk up front. We've got Horatio, absolutely fantastic. We've got Saba, who, I mean, wasn't great. 5 goals this season out of 16 games. Granted, he didn't play that much. He did score a hat-trick in the Pokal, which was nice. And then we're also going to bring back Akani. You guys remember Akani? Went on loan to Union Saint-Gilloise, scored 8 goals in the Belgium League in 32 games. A natural goal scorer. My issue with him is I don't know if I want to keep him around, because I look at him and then I compare him to someone like Saba, who's probably a little bit better. And you're thinking, what did you do on loan? You're both 20 years old. Do we maybe sell both of them and find another better backup striker? Or do we rely on our 17-year-old Croatian, who I've decided I want to give as much game time as possible to try and help develop him? But similarly to that of Innegay, I look at him with a national fitness of 6. Is he ever going to be playing at top football for the next 5-6 years. I like this guy, and I think he can still develop. So I'm going to try and get him on loan. I think ideally, though, I don't really see him as a striker with the finishing of 11. I see him playing as an attacking midfielder on the right. And I think that he could be that Paez replacement, maybe not this season, but maybe in a season or two. So I'm going to try and offer him out on loan and see if someone can try and help me develop him. Similarly, on the bench, or the backups, we've also got Rahul Saha here. We brought him in last season from Luton for 2.6 million. He was a wonder kid that we found. He is listed in the next gen top 50. He is number 49, to be fair. But he's a very good backup left back. If we don't find that starting left back that we're really looking for, there's a world where Devele starts and he just comes in as the backup. My only issue is with him, he's 194 centimeters, jumping reach of 19, only has 10 headering, the Northern Irishman. I don't understand that. But also, again, if we do find a good loan for him, I'll probably let him go out on loan. And let's talk about the rest of the squad. There's a lot of players on here that I'm probably looking at moving on. We'll start with Malzenberger, 26 years of age, is a third choice right back, a fifth choice centre back for us. Definitely looking to cash in a little bit on him. Not his high valuation. Bars, who's been absolutely fantastic for me. I think he has just run his race. I think he has gone as high as he can possibly go. We brought him in last season for 4.1, or 2 seasons ago rather. I suppose the season's still in. So last season for 4.1 million. He was a starting centre-back. He is a very good centre-back. Value of 5.8 million. I kind of want a little bit more than that, but I am willing to let him go. There is some interest from a lot of teams, including a Saudi team. I mean, and if they come in, they can maybe offer us 10 million and then the rest can follow suit. Would be great. Arndt is another one that I'm looking at moving on. I think he has run his course. Very good Czech Republic or Czechia player. I just don't think he actually stood kind of like what we needed. He was a very weird finish, a striker type player. Now, there is a world maybe we can use him as a backup striker, but I'm looking at maybe cashing in on him. Inage is someone that I'm probably going to send out on loan rather than sell. But I say this was a big thing. If we get 47 million for him, I'll probably let him go. Spencer McDermott is not staying. Michael here, Imre Michael, I've called him up from the Berlin 2 squad. He has got tons and tons of potential to be that right wing, inside winger type player or inside forward type player. I just want to send him out to get development. 17 years old. We'll try and send him on loan. Not looking at actively selling. Bumba was a terrible signing from the start. Just never performed. And we will not be renewing his loan. Darlin is someone that I just want to cash in on. Obviously a fringe player over the last 2 seasons. He is on the decline. 28 years of age. If we can get 3 million for him, I'll absolutely take it. Rail Valancano, definitely want him. And then we move on to, I'll just skip these two quickly for now because we've got O'Tail here, who we bought in this season for 1.1 million. I don't think he's actually performed as well as I'd hoped he would. There is an argument to say that maybe he could be a backup left back, but I mean, if I can get 2.5 million for him, I'll take it. I don't think that has worked out. And then the Paez one, it's going to be heartbreaking. But at 31 years old, valuation of 28 million. The Ecuadorian has been absolutely fantastic for us. Aston Villa and Brighton both want him, so we can throw in a little bit of English tax, maybe get close to 30 million for him, and I think that might be a little bit of a bargain for us. And then let's talk about the other two that I missed out on here. Kara on the right-hand side. Definitely want to get him developed. 19 years old, probably has another season of development in him. If I can just improve his finishing and dribbling, he would be an absolute baller on that right-hand side. He's got everything else to make him a good player except for that. And then one that I'm a bit more hopeful of in getting a higher evaluation than what that is Norman Bushel here. He is just 21 years old. He is a left back. I just don't see a spot for him in the squad. It came in from the Berlin 2 squad. Hopefully we can cash in on him. So there we go. That's kind of where my head is at. The last thing I want to show you is just how much our initial board budget has been set. £77.86 million has been put into our kitty. We have 22,500 available in wages. We can obviously adjust that, albeit quite brilliantly. We're going to have a look at the shortlist because there is 2 players that I desperately want to bring in. I'll show you those 2 in a moment. Here's the first one, Bernard Arnold on that left-hand side, German 21-year-old, under 21 star. This guy just looks like he's the missing link on that left-hand side, in my opinion. He is so good. He's only valued at 2.6 million. Milan, Lecce, and Palmero are all in for him. This guy just looks good, and I think he would be absolutely fantastic as the inside forward on that left-hand side. The other player... should be under yes. Is he under Wonder Kids? I don't think I moved him to yes. Let me double check. The other player that I want to bring is another left winger, and that's Jean-Peter Marfelt. Now, this is probably one more likely that I want to sign. 11.5 million, 18 years of age. He is just good, isn't he? If I can bring both of them in for under 15 million, that's our left-hand side sorted. But we'll talk more about that at our transfer special. There's a lot of players that we're going to talk about because, I mean, look at my Wonder Kid lists. There's a lot of players on here that I've had a look at. I've got some guys under the possible list as well, which I'm looking at. Why is there 2 under default? There's a lot of players we're going to talk about. These are guys that I just found and I accidentally made offers for them and I didn't save them as playlists. But yeah, I'm going to go through all the lists. We're going to talk about the transfer special. We're probably going to get to June when everything's sort of done and dusted. We'll come back for a transfer special. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, tell your parents, grandparents, lovers and them haters, join in on the fun that is the Vuvuzela Victory channel. For now though, your boy the Vaslap is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.